Hello everyone, it's Mish here. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, thank you so much for stopping by. And if you are one of my crafty friends and kindred spirits, I thank you so much for popping in again. Today is going to be another page in the Daphne's Diary Gluebook journal. So we have done quite a few pages so far, and all the tutorials for the pages are in my playlist, Daphne's Diary, just Daphne's Diary Gluebook journal. It's on my channel. So if you look for that playlist, it will have all the tutorials that we've done to date. This one's warped just a little bit. I love that one though. That one there brings me joy. And we've had quite a bit of fun as we've moved through the journey. So, and I thank you guys all for coming along with me on that journey. So we've already done one volume. I'm just going to set this one down on the floor to give me some more space. And we've started volume number 2. And I think we started this kind of thinking in the summer, but I don't know exactly. And I just wanted to do a little flip through. I'm not sure if I did mention, but I did put the little Velcro into the sewing kit, except for that little needle. So that was a great idea. And I do like this one. Every time I go through this one, my eyes just kind of stay here for a while. It is a little bit plainer, I think, in some ways, but I really like that page. Okay, so the last page that we did was our flip up little snow globe. So I've already put some background paper down onto this side, and today is December the 8th, Sunday, December the 8th, and this is actually going to come out on the 20th. So I'm trying to get a little bit ahead in some of the videos, but as of right now, I still haven't, well, Canada Post is still on strike. I'm not sure if they will be when this airs on the 20th, but so I'm still working from number 8, 2024, which was fine because I did get this quite late last year, so I didn't have much chance of using some of the Christmas stuff. So what I thought I would do today is on one of the pages, there's this postcard. And it's right here. So I've cut this out already. So I just cut it out of the center. So somebody asked me how I did my fussy cutting. And I do it a number of ways. I have a little cutting board. I have one a little bit bigger too. And I sometimes do use my Fiskar precision knife to cut things out or to fussy cut around. But then I use these scissors a lot. I got these at the dollar store. They're just a studio brand, but I have lots of Fiskar scissors and other brand name scissors, and I find that these have a nice little sharp little blade that's just a nice little blade. So this is what I use a lot. However, I do also have these little nippers and some other smaller scissors if there's just something that I'm trying to get out. So that's what I usually use. I have a big pair of scissors, but I generally only use that if I'm kind of chopping off something a bit bigger. I generally don't use these scissors for fussy cutting because I have arthritis in my hands, and this really I can't use it. It just hurts my hands. So, but these are quite light and they can just get round. So that's kind of a little bit of a blurb on the fussy cutting. So I'm going to use this to make a little side tuck pocket. So in this issue, I received 2 of these Nutcrackers. I don't know if everybody did, but I received 2. And this is like supposed to have been a big card or something. It was tucked just in the diary. So I had 2 of them. So I've already gone ahead and fussy cut the little Nutcracker people. I'm going to get that out of the way so I don't cut my finger. Okay, so I've cut those out, and then I've gone along, just get this out of the way for now. I've already gone through the magazine and I've cut out all kinds of little images, and this was all from that issue. So I don't have every single page marked, but I did mark some of them. So on this page, I think I've got maybe a parcel, and the candy cane lane came from there, and maybe some of the ornaments dropping down there. And then on this page, I just cut a little bit of the strip of the side there, right here. So I just kind of cut that off. So I thought, well, maybe that will come in handy. So I just went around and I cut out a lot of the, I'm not going to even say, I guess it's mistletoe, because holly has that kind of jagged leaves, but this little plant with the little red berries, I'm assuming it's mistletoe. So I went around and cut a bunch of those off. So I just went through the magazine and just cut some stuff out. And then I just made some tags, because I thought what we would do today is just have a little crafty session. We'll get our side tuck on, and then we'll just work at making a few tags. So I thought that I just wanted to start with this, and I'm only going to glue sort of this outside edge and the bottom. So I'm going to get that down. And I went through when I was doing the tags, I went through my ribbon bin, and I found this piece of ribbon. I got it at Michael's in one of the, there was like six ribbon spools in a row in a little tube. So this came in one of those. So I thought that this would go pretty good at the top. So I think that's material. I'm just going to use some Fabri-Tac on that. And I am going to have to pull this just a little bit towards myself. And hopefully it won't get my big head in the way. So I was going to go over to see my father this morning. So he lives not that far away. It's probably in time, by the time I leave my place, probably about 12 minutes. About 12 minutes, she says. Anyway, so, and the reason I chuckled is because instead of saying about 10 minutes or about 15, it's, about 12 is a little bit more specific, but anyway. But it's snowing. So when I woke up, it's a bit nasty, and I just don't want to get out on the roads today. It's really our first snow. I'd say there's about an inch down now. I don't know if it's going to stay, but it was freezing rain earlier. And that is a deadly combination of when you have the snow and the freezing rain. And it's only, the temperature right now is, let's see what the temperature, and I'm in Halifax, Nova Scotia right now at 10:20 in the morning. It's -6 out, -6 Celsius. So I'm not really sure what that is in Fahrenheit. But yeah, so it's pretty cold. Also in the night, maybe around 11, I was up a little bit later last night. So when I went to get up, Chester wanted a drink, and I thought, oh, okay, it's time to go to bed. We didn't have any water. So I've had no water since last night. So I just need to take a drink. Which bothers Chester more than me, because Chester isn't used to drinking water out of a dish. He needs to go into the bathtub and sip it from the tap as it drips out of the bathtub tap. So I don't know where he got that. Chester was a rescue cat, so that's just, and it took me I'd say like a couple weeks to figure that out. Every time I got up in the morning, his water dish was all over the floor. It's like a flood. So I've bought him about 3 fountains already. Now the one that he has now, he will drink from. So I freshened that up this morning. So he'll have something to drink from until they get that back up and running. So, excuse me, I'm not sure when the water's going to be back on. I think we'll do 3 tags. So I am going to use most, like all the images will be from the magazine, but I do like to embellish and use some other items that I have. So I had these couple doilies that were sitting on my desk. So I kind of thought that might be cute to go in the background of those. Or so. It is kind of cozy with the snow falling outside, but I am not a snow fan at all. So I'm kind of thinking, I don't think I'll use that doily for that, but I do like that one. Or do I like this on the white better? Actually, I like that. So what I think I'll do is I'll just use this half and half. I was looking for some Christmas doilies, some red, just paper doilies, but I'm a little bit late in trying to source some. But I do have a Cricut, so I just don't have any paper this thin, and this little thin doily paper is excellent for collaging. All right, so we'll get this down. I'm just going to use some Elmer's glue. It is the glue all, I know. Probably tired of me hearing me say that, but sometimes we have new people on the channel that are interested, so. All right, so we're just going to get that down in the background. We can trim that off when we want to. I think these little Nutcracker people are just so sweet. And when I saw them last year, I knew I wanted to do something. And then I just was in the mood today to do some little crafty tags. I was going to put him to the side, but I think I'll keep him on the same side too. And these tags you can use to write some Christmas journaling stuff on, or to give away to your crafty friends or family, where they can stick them in their if they do a journal. So it's just kind of fun to sit and have a play day as the snow is softly falling. I have the radio. So here in Halifax, we have 97.5, I think, which plays all Christmas music from now till Christmas. So I think that's cool. Okay, so I cut off some words. So I have a number of different little words and some little tags that I cut out. So we've got some of those. And then I'm not sure if I wanted to use these or not, but these are bigger little panels from one of the thingies and one of the pages. And I have also, if I can find what I did with them, is I had some, here they are, they're underneath my ribbons. So then I just cut out, this was the recipe for the tomato soup. I know I will never make that recipe because I'm allergic to tomatoes. So, but there's some foreign language in the recipe. So we've got English. I'm assuming English, maybe Dutch, and German, and French maybe. That's French. So I'm assuming that's German and Danish. You guys can let me know. My friends, my crafty friends in the Netherlands. Okay, so let's just see what we got here. So we've got some of these words, and I want to get some stuff down in the background. So every time I say so, I get "so this is Christmas" playing in my head. It's like it's on. I forget all about it, and then I say "so," and then I want to start singing for you guys. And believe me, it would not be pleasant. Okay, and then, so for that one there, I'm kind of thinking I'll stick that there, and then I'll just cut the edge off. So I'm happy with that. And I really think every Christmas we enjoy sitting down at the table. So I'm kind of thinking, so if you want to tear something and you don't want the white part of it, you want to tear it upside down so that the white, because the side that you tear is going to have that little white border. So I didn't want the white, but I want it every year at Christmas to show. So I'm thinking maybe like that. Yeah, that's cute. And you can distress your tags. You can do whatever you like with your tags. I'm not going to distress mine, but if you had it distressed around there, you could even distress it like in light pink, or might have looked good to distress around that pink tag. But I can always go and do that after. Okay, and then on, so what about something for the background for this one? We could always just join us in our celebration, it says. Okay, and then I got this thing for Chester a while ago. I'm kind of thinking that might look good. You will need. And it's to get the fur out between his toes. Well, he doesn't like anybody touching his toes. So I've been, every night he likes to crawl up on my lap. So when he crawls up on my lap, I've been getting the thing out and just running it. And then kind of putting it on my hand and stuff. So now slowly over, I don't think that's going to look, slowly over the last, I'm going to say 2 months, I finally can get at some of that fur because it grows so long. Okay, you will need coins, notes. I think that's probably good. I don't think we need any more words. So I'll just keep those off to the side though, because I do kind of like this foreign language. So for this instance, I am going to get my big scissors out. And I'm going to cut that bit off. Because I kind of like that. Yeah, I like how that looks. Might not even cut that off. I am going to cut that off though. Okay, and then I think I'll use this one here too. I'm pretty much finished my Christmas shopping. The only thing really left is food. I did get a ham. Bobby's going to do the turkey. And I'm going to do the ham. So I did pick that up and a couple other little things. Can't remember now what. Oh, nuts, because I like to do the sweet potato pecan casserole. So that's a must. So I've picked up some nuts. They had them on sale. All right, so the thing that I'm going to add for some embellishments is some of these little, I'll go through those in a minute. I just want to get some more background down. So I'm pretty happy with, just want to get this stuff down. Somewhere around there. And we'll get this down. Then we'll use some of our mistletoe and stuff. So I'm thinking, what about, no, that's too red. We can't, what about this star? Yeah, that's nice. I like that. And then I have these words, Christmas spirit, or just Christmas. And then I cut out on the card with the Nutcrackers themselves was the Merry Christmas. I've got candy canes. Oh, and I have a little mini me. Oh, I like that one. I'm gonna put him there, the little mini me. All right, so what about, let's finish up this one here. So I cut out a bunch of these berries. I'm thinking you can always cut the berries down too. Oh, I've got this, which I really like, the Candy Cane Lane. Thought maybe it would go, the colors would suit that one. As well as some little pine cone there. All right, so I do want a little greenery up the top there. So either that or this one, I think. That's too big. All right, so what about this one? What if I put that there? I want the red berries a little bit over more. Kind of like so. I think that'll work. The only thing with this one here, so sometimes when you're fussy cutting, it's just too hard to cut everything out of the outline. The other thing that I do, which I've mentioned a couple times, is if it's an area that I feel I'm gonna cut or break it, I put some Scotch tape on the back and then I cut it with the Scotch tape on it, and then it makes it stronger. But with this one here, we can cut it into pieces and we can figure it out that way. So if I put that one up there. Now in the past, I used to bake a lot. And I mean, I would bake for days, squares and pies and cookies and loaves. And I don't really do much baking at all these days. I often do cookies. So the shortbread, and I do the royal icing on the cookies, which I'm going to be doing this year at some point, I think. I already got the butter. The butter went on sale. The thing with making the shortbreads is butter is so costly these days. Okay, so I'm kind of thinking that would look cute. So I just don't really like, I'll just cut it out, this little white bit showing. But it doesn't connect the berries. The berries would still look okay, as if it's part of the image. So that's good. And I don't put a lot of glue. I just put barely enough, because these glossy magazines, they don't really need much to stick them down. When I did my tag pull on this one here, I'll show you in a second, I used all kinds of little ribbons together, and then I just took my gold thread that I use, I've shown a number of times here, that I get at Michael's, and just wrapped it all around so that it just gives it a little bit of a glint, which is nice. Okay, and then this little guy, I'll just get him cut out there. And then we'll get that star. I think that's probably good for this one. So, and the other thing that you can do, I'm not going to weld this down because I want some of the edges of the star to poke up or to lift up, just so that it gives it a bit of dimension. But what you can do as well is put this up on a little bit of a dimensional so that it stands up from the card some if you want. And then you could tuck all kinds of stuff kind of in behind him, which I think I will just put for right now. I'm just going to put a little line of glue underneath him there and get him down, but I want room for the little mini me, so he's going to have to go over a little bit. The little mini me that is in training. So this little guy is in training. He's cute. Y'all got to start somewhere. And it doesn't even matter how old you are. If there's something that you want to learn, then just do it. There's things that I want to learn, but just don't have time with working. But when I'm retired, I want to learn more of the design, graphic design, you know, doing my own. I do some of my own digi-kits and stuff. Not digi-kits, I don't do a whole kit, but I'd like to do more of that stuff. And who knows if it will ever come to pass, but I'd like to be able to offer more stuff to you guys. Especially those that, you know, are consistently being loyal and stuff. I really appreciate it. Okay, so let's do that, and then we'll get his hat down. I think he's good. And then we'll bling him up towards the end. We'll let him dry. But I think that turned out kind of cute. So we'll get back to him. So then let's do Candy Cane Lane. So I'm going to be doing, I imagine, the Marguerite Miller Collage Challenge, if you follow me on that one. But I was kind of thinking I might do like an inspirational quote. So I did that in my Junk Journal July series, and it seemed to, I don't know, I just really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it emotionally for myself, but I felt that it, now I want the white to show on this side, but I felt that some of you enjoyed it as well. So when I was, I don't know where I was, I think maybe when I was on vacation this summer or something, I found a little box of inspirational, just a little affirmation or something. I haven't really opened the box, but I think there's 52. And when I saw that, I thought, oh, that would be cute to discuss during my Marguerite Miller collage. So let me know what you think. I had been doing my little stories, and I might get back. I might also, I've got a couple other ideas for the Marguerite to make it interesting for you guys. Not really sure why this is 21212. Can you guys explain that to me? Am I missing something? So in this, it just says 21212, which I thought was kind of weird, but interesting as well. Not really sure if I want that there, but I think I do want this there. Maybe even on this side. I think that fits perfectly there. Okay. Get that down. So I keep thinking for my Marguerite Miller that I would like to do it in a square format. I don't know why, I just keep thinking square. So I've done it in a Moleskine journal. I've kind of done it in a big book. So I'm kind of thinking of making my own journal and just to do it square. I think that'll be cool. Okay, so this here, I'm kind of thinking of putting maybe that at the bottom of that one and put Christmas Spirit. Or I'm not sure, but I do know I wanted the Candy Cane Lane for him because I felt the reds would go together. Okay, so that's garbage. And I was going to put the candy cane with the Candy Cane Lane, but then I decided I didn't want to do that. So let's see what else we got here. We could put a little strip down the side there. That might work. I've got some more of these. So, and I bet you I've got you guys doing that now too, right? Every time I say so, you go, so this is Christmas. Oh my. Okay, although I kind of like this too. So this is like a little string of pine cone and a couple ornaments. So I just got to move this because there's a glare. So that might work. Except it gets hidden a little bit. What about if I swap it out to this little one? Oh yeah, I think that'll work. Or there's this, which I think I like a little better. Yeah, I like that. So what Christmas movies do you tend to watch kind of over and over again? You all know that I'm into The Sound of Music. For sure. But there's other ones I watch, so I'll soon be getting out my Anne of Green Gables. It first was released, I think it was in the 1980s, and it was a two-part, a two-hour on TV, and then they came out with the sequel, which was again a couple hours, 2 nights a week or whatever, and then they aired that quite a bit over the subsequent Christmas seasons. But I don't think they do that anymore. However, I bought the DVDs. So I'll pull those out soon, probably Christmas week, actually. Probably save that for Christmas week. As I'm kind of busy too, trying to get videos done and working and stuff. So I'll be off Christmas. There, I kind of like how that looks. So let's get, gosh, I'm driving myself crazy with the sew. Let's stop with the sew. It's better than saying I guess. Maybe I still say that a lot, but I remember one comment, this was a long time ago now, somebody said I said too many ums. It made me self-conscious for quite a while. Because it's hard to talk and think and create at the same time without those gaps of either being quiet or saying something like or so or something. That is the challenge. Okay, so I think that's kind of cute. And you could also, I had pulled out some stamps, rubber stamps, to do some kind of stamping in the background. You could also do flicks of gold, whatever you like to embellish that. I thought I would just keep it a bit clean look, but by all means, you can do a little bit of multimedia with these. They're at least as much as your tag could hold. So my tag is just made out of just some paper pads. I just looked and I don't even know what pads. They were just scraps that I had. So now this thing here, I'm not exactly sure what that is. It's like a rope that goes round to there. And I'm not exactly sure what that is. So I could probably cut it off, but I'm just going to leave it. And I do want to get this candy cane in here, although it could go up here, kind of up there at the top, beside him, like maybe there. And then I think this, I was going to put the Merry Christmas up the side. I kind of think that's too big. So I have this Christmas spirit, or this Christmas. I think the Christmas spirit would go better color-wise with that one. And this has got blues, so I think that would go all right with this one. I'm just going to get some words down. I think I'm going to go back to this little recipe because I do kind of like it, and it lightens up the background a little bit. But I don't want it in, well, I suppose we could have it in English. The thing with me and another language is that I won't read it. So it won't draw me in to read it. Which is good, because then you look, if you're not reading, if I'm not reading it, then I'm focusing on the overall design and not reading everything. Okay, so I'm just going to put that down, but I'm going to move this way over to the side, I think. So yeah, so back to the movies. So let me know what movies that you like. So I do Anne of Green Gables. I like to watch the version Little Women with June Allison, the older one. That was the first. That's the one that I used to watch a lot when I was young. Now I do like the one with Susan Sarandon, I think her last name is. I know who she is. I just trying to think of her last name. The one with Winona Ryder. I thought that was a good version as well. But I do like watching Little Women, of course. The one that I mentioned one day here. The one while you were sleeping with Sandra Bullock and Bill Pullman, I think it is. That was such a good one. So I like watching that one. And trying to think. So I'm kind of thinking I might like that instead of the candy cane. Because I think that really, yeah, I think I like that better. Because the red is a pop. But I do want to get some of these berries down. Just trying to think which one. I think maybe we'll do something with this one. So we'll just cut that a little bit out there. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to use that. I don't like shoveling snow though, it's really hard on my back. So hopefully whatever's, gosh, we've got probably a couple inches now. From my craft room I can see out on the road. Well, it's just right here. It's just a little lane. And it is accumulating. If I had water, this would be a day that I could maybe do some cookies. I wanted to do some cookies so the kids could come over and do some decorating, but I'm not sure if I'll get them done or not. We'll see. Okay, so then that I'm thinking would go good there. And then I'm going to put Christmas across the bottom. So let's get that down. And the good thing about me getting two of these is I have one to do a different project with. Or to use it in my Christmas journal or something. I try not to use Daphne's diary in other projects that I work on, just because, I don't know, I just dedicate this magazine to this playlist to you guys, but that's just me. Not sure why. Okay, and then let's get that out of the way. Move some of this stuff. So I think I'm finished with that. I'll put these in a little sleeve and save them. I've started marking on the sleeves what issues that it comes out of, but I didn't always do that. So sometimes I pick an image that I want to use. I still have projects from magazines from way last year. All right, so with this one here, I think I'm just gonna angle the corner a little bit on this one, just to make it like a little plaque. Like so. Like so. And then we'll put Christmas spirit, and we don't want to, there we go. So I think those turned out okay. So for that, these were just from my scrapbook pads. And then you could just do some rubber stamping on the back, or something that I often do is just do some faux stitching around it. So just take my pen, one of my markers, and just go around the outside edge. You could take it to your sewing machine and sew it. Actually, that would have been a good idea. So when I write like this, it just hurts in my wrist sometimes. You could just take some washi tape and go around the edges. Might do that on one of my other ones. And you could, so I'm not finished embellishing the front. I still have a couple things left that I want to do for the front of them. But I just thought this little border going around like the faux stitching and stuff. We used to do a lot of this when I used to do a lot of toll painting back in the 90s. Okay, so you could do stuff to the back. So with this one here, I just went into my scrap bin, and I often get a lot of inspiration from my scrap ribbon bin. So I just had some sheer ribbon. This actually sent to me, I believe Valentina sent that. I'm pretty sure. And then some twine, and I tied it. Then just some ribbon and some yarn as a tie. And then this one here, I just had some gold ribbon, and I stapled that. And I was thinking, I have a bunch of little charms. So I thought we could put a little charm on one of them. So just use a bulb clip. And we could put it through there even. Actually, I kind of like that. Or underneath the staple. So then we have the little snowflake coming down. So that gives it a little bit of dimension. But I also pulled out some of these stickers. So I think a couple of these, I had some snowflake ones that I had, that I picked up at the dollar store. So we could just put a little dollar store sticker there. And same with this one here, up the top there. So they each got like a little shimmery snowflake. But I also have these that I've just had in my stash for quite a long time. And they're sort of the gold foil stickers that were really common. This one here, I'm trying to read I got a lot of these when I lived in the UK. Some of these I just picked up just on other travels. And I kind of like, these are see-through. So there's those options. But then there's just other little gold snowflakes and stuff. The other thing I pulled out is my little punch. And my little star punch. Because we can also just use up our scraps to do some embellishments. Or if you have any like sequin stars and stuff, I got a bunch of those somewhere. So then we can just put those down on our little guys, wherever. So we can get a little bit of glue. So that would look good. And what you could also do with these ones is put a little rivet. Put a little rivet in the middle. Or you could put a little, so you can get your little rivets here. And put one, oops. These I just get at the dollar store too. And they come in long strips, but I just take a pair of scissors and cut in between the glue strips. But we could put that in the middle of our ornament so it just kind of stands up a little bit. And you could also put them in the middle of your stars. We could put a couple just at the bottom. And then this one here, we could use some of those other little gold or silver stickers. So I got a silver sticker there, but I got one there too, but I don't think it matters. I think in my world you can mix metals. So I wear gold and silver. I put gold and silver and rose gold on things. I think it's fine. So I'm going to use this little sticker here to put, it's a little star, to put in the middle of that star. Oh, that looks cute. And I'm kind of thinking I might put 2 little rivets there. Oops. And of course I usually end up, it's because I grip too hard with the tweezers. Sometimes I don't know the grip on it is too much. But then we can put a couple there. And I just think he needs a little something on this, kind of in here. And why don't we just use another one of these little snowflakes? Like right around there. Oh, right around there. I think that's nice. Okay, and then with this guy here, kind of thinking that that's really pretty. But there's so much going on in the background that it doesn't really stand out like it would if it was just on white. Could put it to the back. So let's get a couple rivets on here, add some dimension. So I'm kind of thinking put a couple down in that corner. Like so. And then we've got this little metal star. Stick that there. And maybe a little something up there. Well, actually, I'm kind of liking it just the way it is. So I also pulled out one of my Nouveau Aqua writers. And I used these, gosh, it was quite a long time ago, on another page. And these are, it's just like your Wink Estella, only it's from Nouveau. But this one here is gold. So I thought just to do this gold so that it'll shimmer. And I thought his eye as well. I don't know if you can pick that up on camera. If you can or not. If the light glares onto it. So and then for that, I wanted to go back to the rivets and put one in the center there. So if I can get one off. There's one. Maybe put that in the center of the snowflake. There and there. And then just go back to our little snowflakes. Went over to Value Village, which is our thrift store, and I loaded up on books. Well, I had a coupon, and the more you spent, the larger percentage you got off. So I think my order, I ended up paying $35, and I had like $20-some off it. But I bought, oops, that must be upside down. But I bought a lot of books. Christmas stories and books that I can use for collaging. So I was excited about that. But I did find, oh, I'll show you what I found. I found this rubber stamps. Got that for $4.99. So I thought that was pretty good. The other thing that I found, oh yeah, I got this book here, which I thought would be good for something. But I got these, and they were in a bin in a little bag, but they had some other things in there too. I think there was some stickers or something, but some collage papers. So they just have all different, and I've seen some of these. I think you can get some on Temu, I think. But then, I think they might be sticker. No, they feel like they're sticker paper, but it's not. So just a bunch of different things for collaging. So there was a pack of 3 different ones. And again, these came, I think, with some stickers or something in the bag too, and that was a good deal. So I find some things might be a good deal, and some things they're just really not a good deal. All right, so I think that's, trying to think if there's anything else. You could embellish this page as well. So we could take, which I don't think I want to, but you could even put this little, these little men. This was at the bottom of the page with the advent calendar. But, or you could put some washi there. So I pulled out a bunch of washi tape too. And we could put some washi across the top. Just a little pop of bling if you wanted. I think that might be too sparkly. Although would it look right if we just put it across one page and not the other? Well, you can decide how you want your page. You could put some washi across the top and really decorate it up. But I think I'm happy with the way it is, and we've been here, oh gosh, it's been all, I thank you if you're still here with me. So that's it for today. I really loved hanging out, and I really loved doing our little project. And if you did like it, I'd love a like and a subscribe if you haven't already. And until we meet again, I hope you stay safe and well, and bye for now.